Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, shall we get into it? We shall. Current blood sugar is 8.4, just went up. Boom. That was kind of quick, it was just 7.9, just when I was about ready to do it. I'm fully calibrated. I have 1.3 units of active insulin. I just had a correction of 0.75 units, so my body is trying to raise my blood sugar, but the pump's saying, no, 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 not so quickly. And he's trying to combat it. I'll see. Hopefully it won't go too high and I won't have to do a correction. But we'll see. All in all, it's pretty good. Time and range, let's take a look. Oh well, it's still another fun day of being 100% time and range. Oh, what to do. Lordy, lordy. I always feel better when my blood sugar's lower. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. It's all a pretty good number. Okay, average blood sugar is at 6.6. So that will tell me pretty much what my blood sugar is. So it doesn't tell me exactly. I'm still going to have to take a finger poke. And I should do it just before I do a finger poke and see how much it is right on or not. Today, I want to talk to you about parent involvement and how much parent involvement should there be in a young diabetic's life. I may have covered this once before, but I've been thinking about it and we may have a couple of new strategies. So sit back, relax, and we'll be right on going on. Bye-bye. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Most of us diabetics who got diagnosed as a child, well, I don't know if I really was a child. I was 13. And as a 13-year-old, I should have been ready to go and done things on my own. But I really wasn't that mature for a 13-year-old. I was a kid. I was a immature kid. It wasn't until I got into my 15s and up as I started to really mature. But I still did not take care of my diabetes. I equate this to giving the car keys and saying, here, you go do it. But what do we do? Well, as parents, the first thing you need to do is be there for your child. It's very easy, especially when they're younger, to take the diabetic by the hands and do everything for them. Okay, it's time now we do a blood sugar. Let's go do our blood sugar. This is true about everything. But when do you kind of back away? Well, you don't let a teenager have credit cards. You don't let them spend all their money crazy like. You want to take things at a stable rate. And as diabetics, I can say from the child viewpoint is I really wish my parents were there more. But back then, I'm thinking I really wasn't in control, which I probably wasn't. But we also didn't have all these newfangled programs. I had syringes, needles, a diet book, and urine testing. Those were the four things we had. There wasn't basal and bolus rates, there wasn't pumps. It was all very simplistic. And by rightfully so, I should have been able to. I got mad at my doctor and I kind of walked away, and I didn't have a doctor. But no one questioned me about it, saying, "Have you gone to the doctor?" The only thing my dad used to say is, "And what do the doctors say?" And I made up some story. It's asinine that something that important we walk away. And I'm thinking nowadays, how many parents just hand over control? As teenagers and young adults, we want to take control and we want to do it. Problem is, a lot of times we're not ready. And you need to be ready to take control. If you're not, then things are not going to work out great for you. Keeping your body in control will help you in later life. If thinking back, the habits that I got into of my own accord probably added to the way I am now with my diabetes. I got into wanting the shortcuts, and there was no one really there to kind of stop me to say, "Hey, come on, you need to go." Little steps, and I've mentioned this before in a video, that as parents, pick your fights. Don't be sort of, well, do you want to lose a leg? Do you want to lose an eye? Come in with, "So how was your blood sugars today?" And if they say, "Well, I had a rough period," "Oh, what could we do to make it easier on you?" Coming in with a non-confrontational approach is probably going to be your best answer to do. No child wants their parents around. I can tell you right now, I didn't want my parents around. They were kind of like, "Oh, you're here. Oh, okay." We go out and do things, but as a teenager, you want to be out with your friends, and always having your mother call and say, "I notice your blood sugar's gone higher. You need to get more insulin. Are you giving insulin yet?" Your friends aren't going to understand. But giving them digestible chunks, we'll call them, of freedom to do their own diabetes will build a stronger, more adapt diabetics. Saying, "Okay, here, you're now 14 or you're now 13 or whatever age it is," and saying, here's your car keys. Yeah, the doctor told you everything, so here, you go off and do it. That's pretty much what happened to me. Our parents went off to build a school, a university of natural resources in Fiji. Okay, great. I was 14 when they left. And my sister was kind of my guardian. She made sure I had the supplies I needed, but it never occurred to me to take a needle to school or to have insulin at school. The thought never crossed my mind. I wasn't doing urine testing, which was the only indicator back then to where your blood sugars were. So, teenage children are wanting to break free and become adults of their own, which is great. And that's why I'm saying digestible chunks, giving them a little bit more, not giving them total freedom, because they could really mess up. And first of all, they are going to mess up. Sometime they're going to give too much insulin. They may give double insulin. They may feel like not going to school that day. Oh, my blood sugar's high. I just don't want to go. That was never an excuse for me. I always sort of had to go. I missed a month when I was diagnosed. I didn't really stay off school after that. I might have stayed off school if I had to go to doctors or something. I had no direction from an endocrinologist. And I walked out of my doctor saying, I'm never going to go back there. And I never did go back there. But someone should have told me, fine, you don't want to go to that doctor? You find a doctor and you get into a program. Ideally, no one told me I should have had an endocrinologist or a diabetes program to watch me. It never came up. So, what have we learned from today? One is give little bits of control up to your child. Do you know what? Today at lunch, I packed the lunch. You figure out the carbs. You give the insulin. And then after school, we'll discuss getting that two-way conversation going. Don't be accusatory. Don't make it, oh, well, you did this and you did that, and now you're paying the price. Especially if you've always been there helping them. My mother probably thought I was able to do it. And I never said, I need help here. When I went to live with my sister, that year I lived with her before moving on with my dad, it was a difficult year for me. I started having control issues with myself and my highs, lows, and I didn't know what to do with it. She didn't really know what to do with it. She was the one that my first serious low or severe low, watch yesterday's video, and I didn't respond. That's the one I woke up with in the emergency room. So, if my mother was here or someone should have pulled back and said, Okay, let's go back. Let's revisit. Okay, and give me digestible chunks of knowledge or skills to practice. When they have full control, right out, even up to their 18th, 19th birthday, be there for them. Have a great day, and that's our talk for today. Stay tuned to see what tomorrow's topic will be. We'll be right back with that. My next vlog topic will be da da da. Our next topic will be actually a check-in of mine. It'll be all about blood work that I recently had from my endocrinologist. I do this blood work every 3 months, so we'll discuss the answers, and I'll be back tomorrow with a new and exciting video. Exciting? Well, we'll see. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.